Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you are well. So today I'm going to talk about the topic of child support, and I'm going to give you advice that you don't want. You know, people who give you advice that you don't want, like you don't give advice unless someone asks for it. Well, you're here. So we're going to talk about child support. The reason being is that I had recently interviewed someone on the show. Not sure if you saw the interview or not, but one of the things that he did was to help people get out of paying child support. So I just wanted to address that issue because that does have to do with this whole financial thing we're talking about. We're talking about paying bills, we're talking about cleaning up your credit, collections, and of course, buying property. So the guy was on the show, interviewing him. He helps people get out of paying child support. So, what I want to say to you is, especially since the majority of the people that are watching me are men, uh, the age ranges from 25 to 55, 25 to 55, and then I have the outliers. There's a 7 year old that watches. Hi, 7 year old. And there is a 96-year old who watches. So, there are a few outliers. The outliers are very intelligent people. All right. But the mass majority of the segment, 25 to 55, and most are men watching. So, speaking to the men, unsolicited advice, that's what they call it, giving advice when nobody's asking you for it. This is the advice: pay your child support. If you have child support, pay your child support. Reason being, don't abandon your kid, your child. Don't abandon your child. Your child needs things, and everything costs money, as you know. Costs money for your child to eat, costs money for your child to go to school, costs money for your child to have clothes, pay the light bill, pay the mortgage. Everything costs money, as you know already. So if you're not paying child support, you are abandoning your child. So, how did you like it when your father abandoned you? Did you like it when your father abandoned you? So, this cycle of hatred and hurt, this cycle, it ends with you. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. This whole cycle of hatred, of poverty, of lack, it ends with you. You are going to be the change of your whole family, turning from hatred to love, from lack to abundance. The cycle ends with you. So do the right thing. Pay your child support and don't abandon your child, because I'm quite sure that you didn't enjoy it that much when your father abandoned you. So we're starting a new story here, right? God can transform your story. So that's why we're here. Transformation. So if you have child support, pay your child support. Don't abandon your child, no matter how much you dislike the mother. Maybe your father didn't like your mother. So, some kind of way, figure that out where you're not abandoning your child. If your child is a daughter, your daughter needs you. If your child is a son, your son needs you. They both need you equally. So, it is not a thing where men, like boys, need their father. Girls need their father also. All right. So, if you are estranged from your child and you're watching me, Think about what I said about abandonment. How did you like it that you were abandoned? I'm sure you turned out fine, but all these areas in your life could have been a lot stronger if your father was there for you emotionally, physically, spiritually, every area of your life. So just think about what I'm saying, no matter how much you dislike the mother. All right. What if your father didn't like your mother? And that's why he's not in the picture. So just think about that. And if you're not in that situation where you're not having to deal with child support, make sure you don't get in that situation. And you know how you don't get in that situation? You marry the lady first, and then you create the baby. So that's called a family. All right. And you are going to be the change in this family. Right. So if she is not worth marrying, then she's not worth having sex with either. So this goes in an order. It's a chronological order. First you marry her, and then you have sex with her. That's the order. And if you don't want to marry her, then don't have sex with her. All right, because we're creating families here. All right, we're ending this whole dysfunctional cycle. And that cycle, dysfunctional cycle, it's going to start with you. So you are going to be rich, successful, and have abundance in every area of your life. Abundance not only financially, but in the area of love, spirituality, health, any other area that you can think of. All of this dysfunction, it ends with you. So I like for you to think about it, do the right thing. You know the difference between right and wrong. So be responsible. You know how to be responsible. You know what was not done for you, and you know how that felt. So don't do that to another person. All right. I just want you to think about that. And then on the other side of this, there's a different kind of man. There is the good man. I'm not saying that you're not good because you're in this situation, because there are some good men that gets into these situations that are messed up, right? But there's a different kind of man over here who is in a loving, nurturing relationship. Have you ever seen those kind of men before? I've seen him. So loving, so nurturing, um, taking care of his kids, and he is right there. I've seen him. He created a family. And then I've seen the other man who is taking care of his kids by himself. I've seen that man too. He's doing everything by himself. I've seen that man too. So, just like for you to think about some of those things, because that was kind of on my mind. I did have the guy on the show. I didn't realize that he was going to actually say those kind of things, but I know it's a financial situation too, because there are a lot of people out here who are not paying child support. They're not trying to pay child support. So if they could find someone to help them not pay child support, I'm quite sure they would run to that person. So I just like for you to take some of the things that I said in mind about taking responsibility and about supporting your child, because I'm quite sure that you would have loved to be supported yourself. Also, if you are doing anything that is that you shouldn't be doing, for example, maybe you are in criminal activity. Maybe you are one of the persons who is doing involved in this secret crime called Havana syndrome, where you are tormenting people secretly. I like for you to think about what you're doing also, because you as a man, your job is to protect. All right. So if you are in criminal activity or you are one of these secret stalkers, and you know what I'm talking about, don't pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about. I like for you to think about what you're doing because you as a man, your job is to protect. So are you protecting this woman that you see? Or is this woman your victim? Now, what side of this are you supposed to be on? You're supposed to be the protector. So I just like for you to think about what I'm saying. All right. All right. The cycle ends with you. So that's what I had to say today. Hit the like button if you like the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.